Strong underdogs can cover their point spreads and even win games against ranked teams, especially in January and February, leading up to March Madness, providing excellent economic opportunities. The challenge is filtering through the 361 college basketball teams and finding the winners and best matchups. In this video, I will provide you sports analytics tools to help you find strong underdogs. These tools are found in a link in the description box below this video. So go to the description box below this video. At the top is a link. Click the link and it will take you to my Google Drive, where you will find my Excel spreadsheet. You can download this Excel file to your computer by clicking File, Download, Microsoft Excel. When you open up the Excel file, at the bottom you will see two tabs. The first tab shows the first spreadsheet, which shows the upsets from January 1st through January 19th, 2026. This is where the underdog beat a ranked team or took them to overtime or had a close loss. The second tab has the against the spread top performers for teams when they are the underdog. So in this video, I will discuss these two spreadsheets. But first, let me show you where I am getting this data. In order to find the upsets, the underdogs that have beat ranked teams or took them to overtime or had a close loss, was on ESPN scoreboard. So I selected top 25, and for each day, I always look for teams that have upset a ranked opponent. For example, on Saturday, January 17th, 2026, Cincinnati beat Iowa State. Iowa State was ranked number 2. Cincinnati beat them 79-70. Another scenario where an unranked team beat a ranked team was University of California, Berkeley Bears beat North Carolina Tar Heels. North Carolina was ranked number 14. California was unranked, and Cal beat North Carolina 84-78. Now, why does this matter? Well, first of all, the underdogs have relatively large point spreads. These underdogs are unranked and they're playing ranked opponents. So in the case of Cincinnati and Iowa State was ranked number 2. Cincinnati was an underdog plus 5.5. So they had a 5.5 cushion. But if you bet the money line, for example, Cincinnati was plus 210. That means a $100 bet would have won you $210. So you get a 2x multiple of your initial investment. And so this is where you get a high return on investment. In the case of North Carolina, Cal was an underdog, plus 7.5. The money line was plus 270, which means a $100 investment in Cal would have won you $270. So by tracking these upsets, we are identifying strong underdogs. So I went day to day, starting on January 1st through January 19th, and I compiled all of these upsets, and that's in the first spreadsheet. Now this spreadsheet is formatted as a table, and in these gray boxes there's little triangles, so you can sort by date. I also put the hot team so you can also sort by name. So let's sort A to Z, and so then we have an alphabetical listing of hot underdogs or strong underdogs that either upset a ranked opponent or took them to overtime or had a close loss. So this is one way I identify potential strong underdogs. So now let's go back here, and I'm going to sort by date. And so it goes chronologically from January 17th through the beginning of the year. So I started at the beginning of the year. Now January and February, this is where the teams are playing in conference. And so the underdogs, especially as we're approaching February, and March Madness, the underdogs are basically fighting for their tournament lives. They're fighting for a spot in the tournament. The ranked teams are going to, or most of them are going to be in the tournament. But the underdogs, if they can knock out a ranked opponent, like in the case of Cincinnati being Iowa State, that builds their resume. So the motivation is on their side. Now the second tab on the spreadsheet, I have against the spread, the point spread information. So what I have here is this. This is the performance of teams when they were the underdog. How often did they cover? So in this column here, you have Seton Hall against the spread when they're underdogs are 6-0-0. That means they cover the point spread when they were underdogs 6 times, 0 losses, 0 pushes, 100%. And then on this spreadsheet, and this was updated as of January 18th, 2026, I listed all the teams that have covered 69% or higher. These are the most profitable teams while being underdogs. So Seton Hall, when they're underdogs, 100%, 6 times. Hofstra, 6 times, 100%. Texas A&M, 4 times when they're underdogs, 100%. So by what this table shows you are, again, we're looking for strong underdogs among the 361 teams that are out there. It's a challenge to find these teams. So I got this information from teamrankings.com. And on the spreadsheet, I provide the link. Now on teamrankings.com, when you go to the college basketball page, if you go to team trends, what you want to do is go to ATS, and that will give you the against the spread records of all the teams. But what we want to do is we want to also filter by as underdogs. So team rankings allows you to filter and find a subset based on favorites, underdogs. Are they at home? Are they on the road? Are they a home underdog? And then when you click underdog, you're able to find the top teams. Now I only picked the teams that covered 3 games or more. So if they covered just 1 time or 2 times, not interested. So now, once you've identified, now that we have this list, now that we can identify potential strong underdogs, for example, Seton Hall. Okay, I'm interested in Butler. I'm interested in Cal. So once I have these teams, I have a watch list of strong underdogs. And then the procedure will be to, when you're looking at upcoming games, so in the case of Cincinnati, who are they going to play coming up? They're going to play Arizona, who's ranked number 1. That's on Wednesday, January 21st. So on the calendar, I'm going to circle that game. Now the point spreads, unlike college football where they provide the point spreads a week before, so the point spreads come out on Sunday, the games are on Saturday. Unfortunately for college basketball, the point spreads don't come out until the night before. So if it's a Saturday game, the point spread will come out on Friday night. It's a Wednesday game, the point spread's going to come out on Tuesday. So on Tuesday, I'm going to look at this point spread and I'm going to analyze, is this a good match? Is this going to work? I'm going to look at the point spread, I'm going to look at the opponent, see how they've been performing. But also, very importantly, it is very important to check on the injuries. So covers.com is a great place where you go to college basketball injuries and they have a list of all the different injuries. What I recommend, actually, the easiest way to search is if you go to college basketball teams, the teams tab. So they'll have all the team names, so I can search by within a conference, and then I can search for the specific team. So Cincinnati's in the Big 12, so then I can get information on Cincinnati, specifically injuries, and then Arizona's injuries. So if the injuries If the injuries, if Cincinnati's healthy, Arizona has. It would be good if Arizona has some injuries, especially that puts Cincinnati in a more favorable position. Then you consider picking Cincinnati as an underdog. And if the matchup's really good, for example, let's say Arizona has injuries, maybe Cincinnati to win. They did beat Iowa State by 9 points. They could potentially beat Arizona by 9 points. They could also potentially beat Arizona. And again, when you have that situation, when the point spread is 5 or higher, in this case here, the point spread of Cincinnati was 5.5, and the payout was plus 210. So Cincinnati, if the point spread is 5 or greater, you can double up. $100 will win $200.